Have you ever wondered what people mean when they talk about horsepower in cars or machines? Horsepower is a term we hear all the time, especially when discussing vehicles, but what does it actually measure? The concept dates back to the late 18th century, when engineer James Watt wanted a way to compare the power of steam engines to the work done by horses. He calculated that 1 horsepower is the amount of work required to move 550 pounds 1 foot in 1 second. In other words, it's a unit that measures how much work an engine can do over time. This makes it easier for us to compare the strength of different engines, whether in cars, lawnmowers, or even boats. Understanding horsepower helps us make sense of performance claims and choose the right machine for our needs. Now that we know what horsepower means, let's look at how it's actually calculated. The original definition by James Watt was based on how much work a horse could do, but today we use a more scientific approach. In the metric system, 1 horsepower is equal to about 746 watts. When you see a car advertised with 200 horsepower, it means the engine can produce enough energy to do the work of 200 horses. Engineers use formulas involving torque and engine speed to determine the horsepower of modern engines. This calculation helps manufacturers and consumers understand the capabilities of different vehicles and machines. Whether you're looking at sports cars or heavy trucks, horsepower gives you a clear idea of how powerful the engine is. But why should you care about horsepower? For most people, horsepower is a quick way to judge how strong or fast a vehicle might be. Higher horsepower usually means a car can accelerate faster or carry heavier loads. However, it's not the only factor that affects performance. Things like weight, aerodynamics, and torque also play important roles. Still, knowing the horsepower helps you compare different models and decide what fits your needs, whether you want a speedy sports car or a reliable family sedan. In summary, horsepower is a simple but powerful way to understand what an engine can do, making it an essential term for anyone interested in vehicles or machinery.